Welcome to York. Place with a deep and storied history. We're about to head up onto the city walls. So much to see on this walk today. A beautiful walk ahead of us. Who said it was grim up north? It's lovely. I love these ancient alleys and winding passageways through some of the old cities in the north of England. Truly one of the more picturesque parts of the country. Greetings from York, one of the most beautiful cities in the north of England. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a guided walk through the old city, seeing some of its iconic landmarks, the York Minster, the Shambles, and various other points of interest as we take a walk along the city walls and see the city from above, as well as some of its beating ancient heart in what is surely one of the loveliest cities in the north of England. Join me as we take a walk through York. You enter the city through a scenic approach from the station into its ancient heart. The sun is out on a fine day in York. We've been truly blessed with the weather. To approach the city centre. Look out to a gorgeous view over the river. Place with a deep and storied history. York was a Roman town. It was taken by the Vikings in its ancient history. It was called Jorvik. It was their capital. Today it is a cosmopolitan and diverse place, full of lovely and picturesque architecture, ancient city walls that run through the heart of the city. We will climb onto those walls and follow them clockwise as we look out over the city for incredible views. This is the heart of the old city in the centre. To the left we have a beautiful church. Vibrant street life and a pleasant stroll through the city. Welcome to York.
Go tell it on the mountains.
Afraid York has not got talent, I'm sorry to say. Change from Edinburgh, there's some great street musicians in Edinburgh out there. And sometimes some of these street folks are not quite as talented. the busy streets in York. As we get to its more historic parts, stay tuned. It really is a beautiful place. So much to see on this walk today. So it's surprisingly busy here in York. It's quite a thriving city. A lot of young people, quite a cosmopolitan and diverse crowd. It's one of the things that makes the city quite lovely and pleasing, not only to the eye from an aesthetic standpoint, but also seems like quite a livable place. A lovely place where you can stroll on a fine sunny day and really enjoy the atmosphere. So that was Coney Street. We enter Coppergate. Place full of history, both ancient and modern. A lovely strollable city. So heading towards the Shambles, which is an old narrow alley running through the heart of York. It's very popular with visitors. It's quaint and atmospheric. Here we are. We enter the Shambles. So is the Shambles overrated? I would say probably it is a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Lots of tourists, lots of crowds. It is lovely and atmospheric, but you won't really see much. It's very tightly packed. We're now going onto the city walls to see the really beautiful ambience of the ancient history of the city.
It goes so fast. You know when you fall asleep, never to touch, never to keep her, never too much.
That's not to say the city isn't atmospheric and very much worth exploring. It's just certain pockets of this city get undue attention when there is so much else to see. Just an honest opinion. Moving in and out of the crowds of the pulsing heart of York on our way to the city walls, where there's going to be a quiet respite. Stay tuned. We're going to see the York Minster very shortly, a very beautiful cathedral.
So we're going to go in
To Booth and Bar, the entry point for the ancient city walls, from where we're going to walk clockwise above the city and around, seeing some of its fantastic scenery from a high vantage point, giving us stunning angles all over the city. I love how here up north people they can overhear the videos and they shout out things like, if I say, is the Shambles overrated? Probably a little bit. They shout out no, or saying it's been an epic walk through Edinburgh. Subscribe now for more adventures around the world. And someone will shout out, don't do it! And I shout out, I think you should, but I love how people have a good sense of humour here. It's very kind of in your face sometimes, and really all in good fun and good jest. So there it is. Beautiful cathedral. An irresistible view of an iconic landmark here in the old city. Such a picturesque city with so much to see, history etched upon the stone and every corner here in York. And this is Minster Yard, which is an area around the cathedral. The cathedral itself is an imposing structure, a must-see for all visitors. But I love these ancient alleys and winding passageways through some of the old cities in the north of England. They give a quaint atmosphere, a feeling of nostalgia and history as one strolls through the secret parts of the cities, and even in the most popular areas there are pockets of quiet and tranquility to be found. And just a stone's throw away from a really thriving, busy area is an area of utter silence and calm equanimity. You could hear a pin drop here among these old houses. You can turn and explore an ancient back alley near to the city walls. As we head to Booth and Bar, the point at which we will climb onto the walls. So here we are in Booth and Bar. We're about to head up onto the city walls. Great Wall of China, eat your heart out. This is a slice of history deep within the north of England, in York, a picturesque city with an ancient history. There's many things to see here, both from above on the city walls and winding through the narrow alleys and back streets of the old city. A truly beautiful place. And here we have a magnificent view of the Minster. There's a quiet stroll along the city walls. It can be crowded and narrow. And we head on along the walls on an epic walk around the circumference of the old city. Couldn't be happier to enjoy. And now coming to a classic view over the old houses. Here we are, the York Minster. This is one of the most popular stretches of the wall. A beautiful walk ahead of us. There is history around every corner as the walls wind around the circumference of the ancient city. And there are roadblocks, picturesque old streets, heading down.
You go.
Not too much of a climb upwards, but very soon to rejoin the vantage point and the views that look out over the city. Truly picturesque place here. Old houses. And a quieter stretch of the city walls. We pass through a scenic stretch of the walls, heading further into the heart of the old city. Lots of green space can be glimpsed from the walls from above. So here it is, some of the views now give into a more urbanized area of the city. You can see a road stretching out to our left. We will follow the walls, stay tuned. So many more beautiful vantage points to come. Scenic landscapes abound in York, and they're not far away. So we must follow the river Foss slightly before we can rejoin the city walls once more. We're not far off here. People here still dressed as Vikings. And here is the river. Long now before we rejoin the walls. Stay tuned. So we follow the river as it curves around, which will lead us back onto the city walls. We head towards the Red Tower in order to rejoin the city walls very shortly. And this is the path that will lead us through. And we are back on the walls in a truly quiet stretch. It's a picturesque place to stroll, far from the madding crowd here in York. This is now coming into its own as a very ambient walk through the heart of York. I hope you enjoy. Stay tuned. And now you can enjoy a view of some of these fine old houses. Beautiful part of northern England. who said it was grim up north. It's lovely, truly one of the more picturesque parts of the country. So much to see here and so much history around every corner. This is a storied city from Roman times through to that of the Vikings, and it's changed a lot since those days, but much of it remains the same, and a lot of the history is written in the stone, etched upon the architecture. Stroll along the perimeter of the walls is a truly beautiful experience here in York. Once you get away from the madding crowd, you find truly lovely places here, full of greenery and ancient architecture, which is picturesque. You can also see some of the more modern developments around the city. The trails are remarkably well preserved, and as with much of Northern England and Southern England, they are very clean. People of the UK deserve a lot of credit for keeping the walkways and the traditional historic places very clean and well preserved. Things like this which fill your heart with joy. You see also the old town. And it's quite spotless. During months of traveling in Japan, I was awed by how clean the towns and cities are, how well preserved the old histories and traditions are. And I have to say that the UK is also a place which takes care of the national heritage. I say this about trails on the Southwest Coast Path, for example, which are very, very clean and a joy to explore. And here we are. We're about to rejoin the walls very shortly. I think this is probably a wise policy. Accounts for much of the cleanliness of this beautiful heritage, so well preserved and spotless. Quiet part of York, far from the madding crowd. We head away along the walls around the perimeter of the city.
So cheese.
To rejoin the walls, we have to cross 2 bridges across 2 rivers. It won't be long, stay tuned, and we'll be on the next section very shortly. Still some incredible views to be had here in York. Can't wait to share them with you. Stay tuned to get back onto the walls very shortly. But a wonderful detour because we can see this ancient structure.
Peppa Pig's castle.
Peppa Pig's castle. Peppa Pig's castle, according to some of the folks out here. I don't know, I don't watch Peppa Pig. We're going to go through this picturesque path. Picturesque path taking us through some of the old city. It's very lovely, full of green space and historic views in the background. I'm going to take you onto the river so we can see the views. And now look at this. We're going to be crossing this bridge back across the river.
You are walking with me as well. Come on. Huh?
Final stretch of the city walls beckons. It's going to be a picturesque ending to an incredible walk through history here in York. Scenic views at every turn. And here we have the final stretch of the city walls. And this is Bale Hill. A magnificent view that leads out to the sky, peering up above the houses here in York. And even more beautiful is the sun, which has just come out, lending the final stretches of the walk a beautiful glow.
It looks better this person. Yeah, it looks better.
Our final push now as we head towards the final parts of the walk along the city walls. It's an absolutely epic and beautiful place which is thoroughly worth exploring in detail, with so many lovely sights along the way that superlatives roll off the tongue so easily. It really is a gem. almost there. Stay tuned for the final stretches of the walk along the city walls. We're still going to see some very, very beautiful things. A view out over the train station. The busy heart of the city. It's been an epic walk through York, through one of the loveliest cities in the north of the UK. It's been an incredible adventure, taking you on this guided walk through the city. We approached the end point of the journey, an incredible walk through one of the loveliest cities in the north of the UK. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, subscribe now for more adventures around the world. Until next time, peace.